City Council meeting of the Town of Pecos City. Today is Thursday, July the 9th, 2026, and it is 5:30 p.m. At this time, we're going to have an invocation from Councilman Graham and the Pledge of Allegiance from Councilman Arona.
Father, we are so grateful to be here before you and to experience your love and guidance and direction. We just ask you to pour out your spirit upon us tonight, Father, and lead us to the direction that we need to go. Again, thank you for this privilege. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For the record, let the record show that we have Councilwoman Trujillo, Councilman Arona, and Councilman Graham in attendance. At this time, if you have your cell phones with you, please put them on silent. I also will open the floor for public comments. This is a time for residents to share with the council any comments, concerns, or complaints that they may have. Each speaker is asked to limit their time to 3 minutes. Please come to the podium and state your name for record-keeping purposes. Your comments should be directed to the City Council as a whole and should be related to city business. We ask that everyone remain civil and avoid profanity, threats, and personal attacks on individuals. If comments become disruptive, stray from city business, or violate these rules of decorum, I may pause or end the speaker's time so that we can continue with the meeting. The public comment period is reserved for members of the public. Council members cannot speak during public comment as public speakers, respond to comments made, or get into discussions on any public comments. Such discussions require an agenda item. So I'll now open the floor for public comment.
I'll speak first. Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. I'm Attorney Hector Peña. I'll keep this as short as I can. I'm here tonight to respectfully ask you to do what is right for the people of our community. This issue is bigger than politics, personalities, and personal relationships. When serious questions are raised about the management of public funds, the answer should never be to avoid scrutiny. The answer should be always to be transparent. Recent events, including the arrest of a city council member, have understandably shaken the public's confidence in our local government. Regardless of how any individual case is resolved, now is the time to rebuild that trust through openness and accountability. I want to thank and commend the city council members who have had the courage to support an independent forensic audit, such as Hector Carrasco and Randy Graham. It takes leadership to ask difficult questions and to put the interest of the public first. If everything has been done properly, a forensic tax audit will confirm that and strengthen the public's confidence. If problems exist, then the people deserve to know so that these problems can be fixed. Public officials are entrusted with taxpayer dollars, and with that trust comes a responsibility to be fully accountable. Transparency should never be viewed as a threat. It should be welcomed as proof that government is working for the people. This is not about attacking anyone or reaching a predetermined conclusion. It is about protecting taxpayers, restoring public trust, and ensuring that every public dollar is properly accounted for. Government works best when it has nothing to hide. If we truly believe in transparency and accountability, then we should have no fear for an independent forensic audit. I respectfully ask this council to stand with the members who are calling for a forensic audit. Stand with the taxpayers and let transparency, not politics, guide your decision. Thank you, and God bless your community. Appreciate it.
Any other public comment? Would like to share this with you. Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Grace, and I want to address the issue of the city manager firing. I have a list of the managers we have had, the interims. we have a revolving doors. I came here in 2003. And from 2002, we had 5 city managers, 4-time interim managers. Something is probably wrong. We probably don't know how to vet our city managers correctly, otherwise we would have made the right decisions. Mr. Torres, may God rest his soul, is the only city manager who is from town that's able to be here for 7 years. He probably will be here longer, but may God rest his soul. He was here longer because it probably has reservoir of some kind of understanding of the town, and it has a reservoir of goodwill with the people and the council. Now, it takes us a while to find city managers. We are very, very hot at this point in terms of the projects we have. We cannot afford not to have a city manager at this point. So I know that the threshold of what happened is 2,500, but it was 3,000 that happened on the contract. According to my understanding, I may be wrong, PEDC was the one who hired the contractor. And according to the information I got, I guess the city manager advised the councilman to tell the council. So, and we always operate based on small town principle. Not everything that we're doing is the way the protocol calls for. I have been on boards before that I have resigned on because everything is not the way it should be, the etiquettes that we use. I just want us to reconsider the position we're in. We're not the easiest town to come to. When I came here in 2003,
I'm sorry, you're out of time.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
My name is Frank Ramos. I'm the district administrator for Little League in West Texas. Just wanted to update on the tournament that we just barely had for sectionals. It was a good turnout. We had about probably anywhere from 60 to 75 rooms where various teams stayed for 2 to we had 2 nights. We had teams that stayed 3 nights, 4 nights. One team stayed a week. It ran from Friday to last Thursday, and I just want to thank everybody for the restaurants, the hotels, because we got great reviews, and we look forward to hosting more tournaments. I'm in contacts with the president from El Paso Youth Little League to try and combine and try to do tournaments out here. Hopefully here in August, try to do another one for the weekend, and on August 7th and 8th. And I will be attending state. I will be going to Abilene tomorrow, and also attending our annual meeting in October in Waco. And hopefully this will be the start of something bigger and better here for Pecos and Cyclone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Mayor, Council, Lucas Chavez, GIS Department. Words can't describe how many good things I want to say about this individual that I'm going to be presenting on. But I will let him give the rundown on his internship and all that he has gained from it. And I truly look forward to the professional he will become on the professional he will become in the future. Mr. Zaid Hinojos, the GIS intern.
I guess he's gonna be great, 'cause I carry a paper, you carry a laptop.
Yeah, I hear paper.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Zaidi Nahos. I am an intern with the GIS department. I am a student at Pecos High School where I'll be entering my junior year. After high school, I plan to play college football and study petroleum engineering. I chose this internship because I wanted to gain a new experience in a department I knew very little about. During my time in the GIS department, I have helped with planning and preparation for projects, and I've had the opportunity to observe the Wintra drone in action. Through this experience, I have learned what GIS is and how to navigate its basic tools and concepts. After this internship, I hope to use this knowledge to deepen my understanding of GIS and to better appreciate how valuable it is to the operations and planning of the city. Thank you for this opportunity towards my future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope you can come back to Pecos and work for the city.
I hope so.
Any other public comments?
Good evening, thank you, Council Lady. I'm Gail Botts, and I'm here to support Charles Leno. I agree 100% what Ken Winkle said at the last public comment, and I thank you, Grace, for what you said. I appreciate it. We don't need a change. We need to move forward. Keep Pecos proud. I'm also here to support Jimmy Dutchover. Some of you received this paper. It will be in the newspaper next Wednesday, but it's long-term tax relief for our community, how the PEDC is bringing billions in investments, new housing, and better jobs. Jimmy Dutchover was hired by the Board of Directors of the Pecos Economic Development Corporation in March 2023. The employment recommendation was made by Ken Winkles, retiring Executive Director, who exited from his post at the end of June 2023. So if you have time to look this over, you'll see what Jimmy Dutchover and our directors have been doing. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
I said I wasn't going to speak today, but I'm Nancy Anchondo. I'm a Reeves County taxpayer. I'm not going to say what the obvious is. We've all seen the newspaper. We've seen the news. It's hurtful and it's embarrassing to see our council member in an orange jumpsuit. Nonetheless, he's free until proven guilty, innocent until proven guilty. So we'll wait for that. Like Mr. Peña said, I want to show support to our council members that are pushing for a forensic audit. If one person is going to be held accountable, then I think everybody else should be also held accountable. So let's open the books. Let's see what's going on. As a taxpayer, I feel like people are very generous with my tax dollars. Whenever there's road work, there's about 18 people flagging a little orange flag, and I know each and every one of those is getting paid. So I want to know exactly how my money is being spent, if it's being spent responsibly, if it's to the betterment of our community, or if it's used to, how are we hiring? Are we hiring people that we need? Or are we hiring kind of just faces? So I'm all for a forensic audit. And again, if we're going to hold one person accountable, I think we should hold everybody accountable, and we should have a higher standard to each and every person in leadership, whether it's an elected official or whether it's a hired person. Let's hold that standard to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council members. My name is Jose Noriega. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak. I am here respectfully to ask the Council to reconsider the zoning change affecting my property and to provide a fair opportunity for this matter to be heard. The property at issue is described as lots 17 to 27 on block 60, North Pecos. When I purchased this property, it was represented as commercial property, and I relied on that information when making my investment. I later learned that the zoning on it had been changed. However, I did not receive the mail notice that I understand was sent prior to the public hearing. I have no record of receiving that notice, and because I was unaware that a hearing had been scheduled, I was unable to attend and ask questions. After speaking to the surrounding landowners, they also did not receive any letter in the mail, as I know this affects them as well. I respect that the city zoning authority understand the responsibility of this council. I understand the authority and responsibility this council has to make to the community. My concern is not with the council role, but the fact that I did not receive a meaningful opportunity to participate in a decision that affected my property. For that reason, I respectfully request that the council reconsider or reverse the previous zone change. I respectfully request that this matter be placed on the future city council agenda and considered through the appropriate process. I appreciate the time and dedication every one of you gives to serve our community, as some decisions may be difficult ones. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Any other public comments?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Dave Madrid. I'm crew leader for the Water and Sewer Department. Tonight, my two interns will be sharing with y'all how they view this internship, so I'll let them speak for themselves.
Good evening, council and mayors. My name is Ivor Rodriguez. I am an intern with the Water Department. I am a student of Pecos High School, grade 12. My plans after high school is to go to a trade school for welding. I joined this internship because I wanted to see how the water and sewer operates. One thing I've worked on or observed so far is fix service lines and change meters. One thing I learned from this experience is to work hard and dedicate yourself. After this internship, I hope to be able to put these skills I learned to use one day. Thank you, council.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Ryan Barchi. I am an intern with the Water and Sewer Department. I am a high school student at Pecos High School, grade level 12. Plans after high school is to work and help support around my family. I joined the internship because I wanted to learn about the Water and Sewer Department and how it works around the city. One thing I've worked on or observed so far is to change water meters and fix all kinds of leaks around the city. One thing I've learned from this experience is to operate machinery and use water pumps. After this internship, I hope to keep a job here at the town of Pecos City. Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Sophia Gomez. I'm here to present, I think, one of my intern right here. I think this is a beautiful opportunity that's offered to the city. The city, not only its employees, but I think all the students here will benefit from their experience at this time. I'll let y'all know about her experience.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Kaylee, and I am an intern with the Permits Department. I'm going into my senior year at high school, and I am taking dual credit classes through Odessa College. My plan after high school is completing my bachelor's in business administration. And I am joining this internship because I wanted to gain more communication skills and experience through a professional work environment. One thing I've observed so far is how Sophia and Ileana work in the permits department, how hard they try and really, work on the projects that they handle, and the customer service that they provide for their clients. One of the things that I've learned so far from this experience is handling important documents, learning how to talk with clients, and watching and taking notes on plan reviews, reading over ordinances, and attending meetings for the safety committee. After this internship, I hope to develop important skills such as teamwork, problem-solving skills, and effective communication that will benefit me in my future career. Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. My name is Jonathan Sandoval. I'm the Parks Department Supervisor. I'm here to introduce my intern, Jacob. he has, since his internship started, he has developed very greatly, and I hope that he continues to take these life skills with him and use them for everyday use, to maybe hopefully start his own business, whatever he wants to use them for. I hope he continues to develop and continues to maybe be a part of this team afterwards. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. My name is Jacob Sorensen, and I'm an intern with the Parks Department. My school is Pecos. I'm a sophomore. I'm a sophomore at Pecos High School, and after I complete my cycle of education, I hope to go to college to become a medical examiner. I joined this internship because I wanted to be responsible and I wanted to earn a bit of money to help my parents out. And one notable thing I've done, at least today, is learn how to operate the weed killer and learn how to mix the chemicals. The one notable thing I've learned from this whole experience is how to be patient with other people and how to work with other people. After this internship, I hope to return to school and eventually go to my college. Thank you, Councilor.
Mayor and Council, Griffin Moreland, Assistant to the City Manager. I'm delivering this public comment on behalf of Edward De Leon, Director of Communications and Public Affairs, who couldn't be here tonight. So here we go. Dear Mayor, Council, and Pecos community, I first want to apologize for not being able to be with you today as I am traveling to Dallas. After reflecting on this year's third annual 4th of July festival, I simply wanted to say thank you. Your continued support and belief in this event have allowed it to grow into what I truly believe was our biggest and best festival yet. From the exciting tournaments and the inaugural cantaloupe eating contest to Caleb Lee Hutchinson's performance, our largest fireworks show to date, and a record number of vendors, the evening was filled with unforgettable moments. Most importantly, it was incredible to see families, friends, and visitors come together to celebrate our community. None of this would have been possible without the support of our mayor and city council, the hard work of the Town of Pecos City staff, our volunteers, sponsors, vendors, performers, and community partners. Thank you for helping create an event that our residents will remember for years to come. Thank you again for believing in this festival and for investing in opportunities that bring our community together. It is an honor to be part of making these memories possible, and I look forward to continuing this tradition for years to come. With sincere appreciation, Edward De Leon, Director of Communications and Public Affairs.
Don't we know the champion of the cantaloupe
Did
eating
that
contest
cantaloupe
here? How many?
Oh, it was a steep contest.
Oh.
Cycling fest.
Congratulations.
Too big, like half a cantaloupe or what? Like half.
Yeah, Pecos County.
Mayor and Council, Wendy Lamont, City Secretary, reading a public comment from Dorita Mion, Executive Director of Western Pecos Museum. Dear Mayor Winkles, council members, and Mr. Lino, I would like to sincerely thank each of you from the bottom of my heart for the special recognition bestowed upon me on May 14, 2026. It was truly an unexpected honor and a memory I will cherish forever. Everything I have done through the years has been for the love of our community and the rest of the Pecos Museum. I have always considered my work a privilege and a blessing. It has brought me great joy to help preserve our history and serve the community I love. I am also deeply grateful for the continued support and encouragement of our community and museum family. My years at the museum have been a wonderful journey of learning, and I truly cherish the work I do every day. I would also like to express my appreciation to each of you for your dedication and service to the town of Pecos City. I know your responsibilities require long hours, difficult decisions, and great commitment, and I sincerely thank you all for all you do for the betterment of our community. Again, thank you for this meaningful recognition. I will forever remain in my heart. May God continue to bless each of you and our beloved Pecos community. Sincerely, Dorita Leon, Executive Director of the West of the Pecos Museum. Mayor and Council, Wendy Mahon, City Secretary. A public comment from Councilmember Carrasco. We would like to wish the Pecos Little League 10U Girls Softball Team and the Pecos USA 12U Girls Softball Team the very best luck of today as they represent Pecos. We are so proud of these talented young ladies and all their hard work. Go have fun and play hard.
Any other public comments?
name's David, Mayor and Council. My name is David Dominguez. I come here to speak in positive about Mr. Lino and Jimmy the Chover. I currently sit on the PEDC board as the president. In the last 3 years, I've seen the EDC do a 180 degree on the way things work there for the better, and doesn't mean that the previous administration was not good. It's just I see a change in opportunity for Pecos. I have Jimmy's full support, and if we need to be transparent in anything, let it be. Whether you need financials or whatever it is, we're good with that. On a personal note, July 4th celebration was great. I wish I could be a part of it, being a sponsor. So next year, please look for me. I'd like to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? We will close public comments at this time. We'll go on to our consent agenda. Item E1, approve the minutes of the June 18th, 2026 regular city council meeting. E2, review the expenditure report. And E3, review the police department, animal control, and emergency services district call report for May 2026.
I guess I have a question. I don't see here the financials for the city that are requested.
Yes, sir.
One on monthly. And is there a issue or problem why we didn't get them?
No, sir, we're going to put them on the second meeting of every month. And that's the conversation that I had with Nicole. They will be on the 23rd meeting along with that.
I
Not
hope so.
audit. We'll have our 21 audit by then too.
Hope so.
Any other questions? Yeah, I make a motion we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Have a motion from Councilman Arona, a second from Councilwoman Trujillo to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show the motion carries. We'll go to our non-consent agenda. Item F1, discuss, consider a funding request from the Literacy Coalition of the Permian Basin in the amount of $35,000 to support an English as a second language class and related adult education programming in Reeves County, and authorizing the city manager and/or mayor to execute any necessary funding or partnership agreement. Strategic Goal 6, sound governance and fiscal management. Joe Keese. I don't think Joe is here.
That is correct, Mayor. Unfortunately, he's unable to join us. Either take no action or action to the table.
I'll make a motion to table for the next meeting.
You want a motion?
This one, please, make it then. Can we contact him, Wendy? See if we can make it to the next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Just a quick note on that, it's a much needed program. We have a lot of people that's English is their second language. It's like me, the other day, the lady stood up and spoke in Spanish, and I tried to translate as the best that I could without offending her, and I wouldn't apologize to her because my Spanish is Tex-Mex. So we need to hopefully help people that got their English skills not as strong as others to bring it up. Thank you.
That motion?
I mean,
Yeah. Second? I have a motion from Councilman Arona, a second from Councilwoman Trujillo to table this to our next meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show the motion carries. We go to item F2, discuss, consider requiring the Pecos Economic Development Corporation as a Type B Economic Development Corporation to comply with all applicable provisions of the local government code governing Type B corporations, and to submit to the City Council for approval all projects, expenditures, and agreements requiring council authorization, as well as providing the city with access to PEDC records and documents as permitted by law. Strategic Goal 1, Sustainable Economic Development by me. So, during the June 9th meeting, joint meeting with the PEDC, Jake McKinney made a statement that maybe we all need to read the bylaws. So during the last couple of weeks, I have read the PEDC bylaws and the Texas Government Code 505, which governs Type B corporations. I understand that the bylaws were written in reference to Local Government Code 505, but I just wanted to prepare myself. In reading the bylaws, I have made the following observations. Section 2, Purpose. 2.02, the PEDC's purpose is to encourage the retention of business enterprises within the town of Pecos City, and the promotion and development of new and expanded business enterprises and permissible projects in the city in order to promote and encourage the economic growth of the city and the full employment, welfare, and prosperity of its citizens as provided by Development Corporation Act of 1979 and as amended. I understand that the PEDC is receiving a monthly payment from the county. There are 36 instances in these bylaws that specify the city. There are 0 mentions of the county. The way I interpret section 2.02, the EDC is not authorized per these bylaws to work for the county outside of the city limits of Pecos. I've also posed this question to the city administration, and I think they may have referred it to legal. I really think we need that legal opinion as soon as possible. I would like to have a copy of any interlocal agreement or contract that authorizes this transaction, along with the copy of the PEDC agenda and minutes where the board approved this transaction. And I would like to have all this by Monday, please. Section 3, in accordance with state law, the city council shall require that the PEDC be responsible to it for the proper discharge of all of its duties as assigned in this section. Nicole, I understand that you've made numerous attempts to coordinate a meeting with Mr. Dutchover and have not been able to do so.
Correct.
And so this is why we've asked so many questions about the PEDC. They should be reporting to us so that we can ensure they are doing what they are supposed to be doing. And Nicole is also our liaison between the city and PEDC, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Section 4, the board of directors. As a board member, they must be held to all the bylaws, and especially 2.02 as the PED's purpose. During the June 9th meeting between the EDC and the city council, Mr. Hinojos stated that everything the executive director should be doing is outlined in the bylaws. So this section is all about the executive director. Section 7.04, the executive director will appear before the city council or be represented by a designee periodically to give report on the status of the activities at the PEDC, and he has done this. 7.05, the executive director will be responsible for presenting to the city council all required budgets and required audits. As far as I can see, the 2025-2026 budget was not presented to City Council for approval per his bylaws. 7.08, the Executive Director shall submit a quarterly report to the Town of Pecos City 30 days from the end of the quarter. From July of 2023 to June of 2026, that is 10 quarterly reports. We received 5. And then Section 9, the general guidelines. Section 9.02, a budget for the forthcoming fiscal year shall be submitted to and approved first by the Board of Directors and secondly by the Town of Pecos City Council on or before the 5th of August of each year. 2023-2024 budget was presented to us on August 10th. 2024-25 budget was presented on August the 8th. But we did not get a budget for his 2025-2026 year. It was presented to his board on August 25th, though. Item 9, Section 9.4, all checks, drafts, and orders for payment of money and notes and other evidence of indebtedness issued in the name of the PEDC shall be signed by any two of the following three officers: the president, vice president, or secretary of the PEDC, and the executive director. At least one officer's signature must be present on all checks. Any such expenditure in the amount of $15,000 or more shall be approved by the city council. So I had a report pulled from July the 23rd to August. From July 23 to September 23, there were 5 checks over $15,000. From October of 25 to September of 24, there were 14. October 24 to September of 25, there were 16. And October of 25 to the end of June, there have been 17 checks. All books and records of the PEDC may be inspected by the City Council and the directors of the PEDC or its agents or attorneys at any reasonable time. I know that Councilman Graham and Councilman Carrasco have asked for items and it seems they are not getting what they need. I know that Councilman Graham took it upon himself to get what he needed. Item 9.15, the program of the PEDC shall be to assist, stimulate, and enhance economic development in the town of Pecos City, subject to applicable state and federal law, these bylaws, and the articles of incorporation. Again, it says town of Pecos City. In section 11, the dissolution at any time, the town of Pecos City Council, in its sole discretion, may, by written resolution, alter the PEDC structure, organization, programs, or activities, or 2, terminate the existence of the PEDC. So we have asked repeatedly for reports and updates. So it is my recommendation that council move forward with any action this evening that requires the PEDC director and board members to follow their own bylaws explicitly for the town of Pecos City. Anyone else?
I've requested several times to get all the documentation on the sale of the test track. And I have received nothing. And also, the water stuff up there, I've heard Jimmy say twice that the water out there was nil, not anything out there. But I've gotten several reports that there is a lot of good water out there. And I think a lot of people express, why do we sell and give away the water rights? It's a good question. So I would like to know that too. But I do want that documentation. And I want it pretty quick too, by Monday. And if y'all, if there's any other requests, Open Meeting Record Act, requests like that, y'all need to go ahead and get those done too. We need to be transparent. We need to be open and honest with the people out here, not hiding stuff. So that's my sense.
That meeting where we were sitting here, the EDC and council, it got out of my hand pretty quick. And for that, I apologize.
Oh, I did have one other issue. Okay, climate. Climate is not a very good architect firm. Case in point, they like to get consultants from the council and from family members, but I got a bid deal where Silver Fox asked to bid on the deal. Now, there was a big issue there. Silver Fox did not put a bid bond, and that's a no-no. That's bad. That means if you don't have a bid bond and the contractors walk off, the city, the hospital, the county becomes liable for any additional expenses. And it could be expensive. That's common practice, is to have bid bonds. Kleiman came and said, upon review of this, the omission is considered a minor informality. That's not correct. Rather than a material defect. Therefore, we recommend that the PEDC waiver waive this informality in accordance with applicable procedure, policies, and practices. We don't need somebody like that working for us. It's going to put us at risk. I would like to bring this up, and they should have brought this before the city and let us know. I'd like to see a change there.
That's-
They're definitely not our best
That's what
interest.
we're asking for, because they need to send this stuff to us for us to look at if we're gonna be involved with it.
As I was saying. As I was saying. We need to work together. We need to open up everything. Thank you, David, for what you said. You invite a forensic audit. You know. We're gonna lose what we've been driving for the last couple of years. People are gonna see that we're bickering and fighting amongst each other, that what presumes to be illegal maneuvering going on. They're gonna take their business somewhere else. And we're gonna lose a lot that we've worked for. Now is the time to open up everything. Make it available for the public, make it available for the council, for the EDC board. The big word that's being kicked around a lot is transparency. You know? We got to work together, and we got to follow the bylaws. I, like the mayor, read the bylaws. She did an excellent job pointing out things that we've been falling behind on. Or that we as a city have been falling behind, asking for and demanding, which it has been and not been fulfilled. So we need to get on track. Not wait in a minute, I'll get it to you. We need to get on track and do these things now. If not, we're gonna lose what we have to win. Take us to go back to what it was. Companies are gonna wanna come do business with us for the bickering and the possibility of illegalities and, I'll say it, possible money laundering, you know? So, let's get our act together. That's all I gotta say, man.
I think it's important to note also that we're voted into these positions by the confidence that the community puts into us. And we ask these questions because those are the questions that you guys are asking us, not just in public comments or at city council meetings, but on a daily basis. You're getting bombarded with questions, and rightfully so. These are the questions that we're asking. We're in the position to ask. So it's very frustrating when we're requesting this documentation so that we can give that assurance to the community. And we have to work together. We've come so far, and I don't want to see all that lost. And unfortunately, the confidence in the elected officials it's at a really low end. That's not what we ran for. We stood on integrity and being honest and getting these hard questions answered. And I think we're failing because we need that information to be able to project to the community. So I will make a motion that we, F2 is approved, requiring the PEDC to comply with all applicable provisions of the bylaws and submit to City Council for approvals of all projects, expenditures, and agreements requiring council authorization.
I'll second it. This is nothing that's new. This is something that we all failed to comply with. And so let's just all get back on track. Please.
Okay, so we have a motion from Councilwoman Trujillo, second from Councilman Arona, to require the PEDC to follow their bylaws, board members, and the executive director, and submit to the council projects, expenditures, and agreements and also giving us access to records when we ask for them. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The record show the motion carries. We'll go to item F3, discuss, consider ordinance 260701R, an ordinance amending section 2.35, personal responsibilities of the Town of Pecos City Code of Ordinances regarding the hiring, supervision, and termination authority over the director of the Pecos Economic Development Corporation, providing for an effective date and severability. Strategic Goal 1, Sustainable Economic Development.
I asked for this to be on here because it'll address some of the issues that we've already mentioned. You know, we need more oversight on Pecos economic development, and this would give it to us. This would give us the power to hire and fire the elected executive director, and so it comes on the heels of some non-compliance, and so I'd like to see us pass this ordinance. And it used to be this way. It's just recently, in the last few years, changed. So it always used to be where we had control over hiring and firing of the executive director. So we're just going to go back to the way it used to be. And I'd like.
I just have a question. When did this change? When did the bylaws change to give that authority to, I guess, who has that authority?
The
board. Okay, so when did that change? I'm just curious.
2021.
In 21?
It was tried when Seth was here. But Ken, it was tried when Seth was here with Ken. Mr. Winkle being the director of the PDC. It did not pass that.
Any other questions? I would like to make a motion that we pass the 2607. 260701R. Make a motion.
I feel that authority needs to remain with the board.
So the motion died for lack of second. Okay. We'll go on to our next item, item F4. Discuss, consider resolution 260701R, resolution awarding a bid to Pecos Electric for the purchase and installation of Caterpillar Outdoor 72-hour diesel tank generator sets rated 60 kilowatt, 160 kilowatt, and 250 kilowatt to serve various city facilities in the amount of $389,786.65. Strategic Goal 8, create a resilient, sustainable community. Michael Bach.
I'd like to make a motion we table this item for further information.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman Arona, a second from Councilwoman Trujillo to table this item for more information. All those in favor say aye.
Further information you need. I'd rather tell you in executive session.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No. Okay, so the motion does not carry.
No, I voted, sorry, I was in favor, I seconded.
Randy voted against.
2-1.
But it didn't carry.
2-1.
The motion, yeah, it did. I'm sorry, I was thinking a majority.
You're okay.
So the motion carries.
course you do.
Sorry. Go to item F5, discuss, consider resolution 26-07-02R, a resolution authorizing the city to enter into a contract with Energy Systems Group in the amount not to exceed $494,759.44 for the reconstruction, rehabilitation, and improvement of the Maxey Ball Fields Phase 1 project, and authorizing the city manager and or the mayor to execute all necessary documents. Strategic Goal 4, enhanced quality of life through recreation, culture, and education. Nicole.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Nicole Perini, Assistant City Manager. I am really overjoyed to bring this today. I think in light of all of the discussions we've been having recently about the importance of improving our community and beautifying our community and enhancing the quality of life of the town of Pecos City. Recently being a few months ago, we came forward and presented to you all a state of the parks system presentation. If you all recall, Mary Carmen Wood stood here with me and we talked about small things that matter. We've been moving forward on those small things, introducing some sod, cleaning up some playground equipment, some of those things that we could do very easily, and the parks team has done an amazing job at that. This particular item, this resolution and this contract is one of the first big things that matter. We have heard numerous public concerns and comments around the state of the ball fields at Maxey Park. We've heard this council bring that forward to us. And so we moved forward in consulting with a Energy Systems Group, which is a design build construction firm. We have reached out to them and have procured this quote through a Sourcewell cooperative. That was the procurement methodology. The contract itself is for, give me 1 second, I will tell you exactly. Reconstruction of 1 baseball field and 1 t-ball field, new grass and irrigation systems, new fencing, new sports lighting, relocation and undergrounding of existing overhead electrical lines, new bleachers, new concession building at about 800 square feet, a new permanent restroom building, new dugouts, accessibility upgrades compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act, drainage and stormwater improvements, utility extensions and associated site infrastructure, as well as construction of a new parking lot and related pavement improvements. Quite a bit. It is still not all of the work that needs to be done at Maxey. This is really specific to the ballpark or the ball field area, but we're very, very excited to bring this forward to you today. And it is our goal that should you all approve us to execute this agreement, we can have those ball fields ready for usage next spring. So I'm happy to bring you some happy news.
Again, like I like to tell people with projects like these, as soon as you have preliminary sketches,
yes, sir.
Follow that power clerk with TNMP so they can start, because we have about 39 contractors working for us right now. That's a lot of jobs.
So much.
We have a lot of resiliency programs going on that we're shoring up our system throughout West Texas, from Sanderson all over the Kermit.
Absolutely, sir, we will do.
Nicole, why are the professional fees so high, especially the architect?
This is an architect and a design build contractor.
Oh, that includes the building, making the build out?
Yes, this is the entirety of the project itself. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not. I apologize. No, this is the management fee and the architecture fee. This is what it takes to hire a design build firm to get this scope of work done in the amount of time that we're asking for. We will be bringing it back to you under the design build contract. We should be able to bring you a final construction quote, and we'll be able to work directly with the contractor to make sure that works.
So it's going to cost $494,000 before we even get to the build contract.
Correct.
Might as well just say $500,000. Don't throw it away from them.
So how you have an estimate of how much the build out would be?
I do not have that in front of me right now, and I don't want to tell you the wrong number.
Did we get other quotes from other consulting engineers or firms to see if we could maybe make that a little bit better price? Or I guess we're expediting, so
we're expediting, and then that's why we use a procurement system like Sourcewell, because it is basically pre-procured. We're able to go through, these firms are vetted, and again, we're trying to get this done quickly by the spring for the next season.
well and good, but you could have done that with Bessie Haynes Park. But that's a lot of money just for engineering and design fees. But I understand.
One thing that I will mention is that we're excited to be able to demonstrate with Maxi what we can do with this type of design-build methodology and the level of quality of construction and deliverable that we can offer in an expedited amount of time.
Do we have this, these funds budgeted? Is this in the budget or is
Yes,
it?
ma'am. We have part of it in this year's budget and already, and we will be then finishing out the project with next year's budget. And so you will see this project included in the budget work sessions, yes.
Are there any grants that we can apply for?
That's another beauty of working with this particular firm is that if there is a grant opportunity for us to utilize, they will help us pursue it. I'm not aware of any for this particular scope of work at this time. But one of the things that we are excited about in using a group like this is that there is currently a lot of waste in terms of energy and water in the systems that we currently have out there. And so this team will be working with us to make those as efficient as possible. And it's our hope that the savings from those efficiency measures will help us save money in the long run on this type of project.
Well, if we don't do it now, it's gonna cost us twice as much next time around.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, make a motion that we approve F5 as presented by Nicole Marini, the city manager.
It hurts, but yeah, we need to do it.
Is that a second?
Yes,
Thank you.
I get it.
So we have a motion from Councilman Arona, a second from Councilwoman Trujillo to approve Resolution 26-07-02R as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm going to vote no for the simple fact I like the project. I want it to go on. But I don't have any financial statements of the city. Can we afford this? You know?
Yes, sir.
And I would like to see what the build-out's going to be too, what the total price of this project is going to be. So I'm going to vote no.
But the vote carries. But we'll ask for those two.
I will say, just as a follow-on to that comment, what we can do, and I appreciate the comment, once we engage with these folks, we can have them come give you regular updates. And again, in that design-build methodology, we're able to really work with them on the cost of the overall build-out, what we do want to include, what we don't, all of those kinds of things. So I'm happy to bring that forward to you, sir. And we can also bring forward the specific budgets that we will be leveraging to pay for this. I assure you that we did look at that.
I'd like to see those numbers.
Yes, sir.
Budget for this year, what we're gonna be
And we need
comfortable
an
with.
update from this firm.
Energy Systems Group, yes. Yes, sir.
that-
Yes, ma'am,
so that
sorry.
we know what, you know, how they're moving forward.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be pleased to bring them in.
Item F6, discuss, consider Resolution 26-07-03R, a resolution authorizing the city to obtain and maintain a letter of credit in the amount required by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality for financial assurance for construction and operation.
Yes, ma'am. Nicole
Pete,
Ferrini,
stand
Assistant
behind.
City Manager, and yes, I've got Pete standing here right next to me in case you all have additional questions. Pete can really speak to, I think, the details of the project, but this letter of credit is really about meeting a financial qualification for us to be able to proceed with the improvements at the landfill. And I think I asked Pete to be here to talk a little bit about those improvements and what this basically allows us to do. But I will say, administratively speaking, this letter of credit is something that is required for us to be able to move forward with that project. And we feel confident in recommending approval. The amount of the letter of credit, because I think that was not in the original item, is $1.634 million. Pete, if you'd like to speak to the project.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. You might recall in 2024 we had a construction company came and excavated 2 trenches for type 1, which is the house residential trash. As per TCQ standards, we are required to have a pre-inspection before we can actually make these trenches active. But they said since their previous inspection, compliance inspection, they went through as an approval. But we also submitted back in 2019 an amendment to go vertical on our Type 4 cell and continue excavation on the Type 4 also. But due to our post-closure financial, we got a NOD, notice of deficiency. So we got to get that line of credit. That way we can get approval from TCQ so we can start using those current trenches, which we're going to be pretty close to within 3 to 4 months.
So this is for work being done on the current landfill, not the new landfill.
No, this is not the new landfill.
This
This
is
is for
for
our
current.
current landfill.
Current.
What is the line of credit? Is there a dollar amount or?
Basically, the letter of credit assures TCEQ that we have the ability to operate and maintain the facility that we are seeking for them to look at. It's not necessarily dollars that come out, but they want to make sure that if they're to validate the work, that we will be able to do that, and that's how we do it.
In case there's a disaster, earthquake, or once we shut down the landfill, it has to be maintained. Rain, weather, it corrodes the recovery, so you have to keep it maintained.
Okay.
Possibility risk of methane gas leaks, groundwater,
Contamination.
any hazards that pose to the community. We have to secure that line for the state and federal that we have enough money to cover anything that could go wrong.
Correct.
Who do we get the letter of credit from?
I believe that's a Mr. Leaner question.
We can get it from any national bank, Randy, and that's if we go through. We'll probably work on getting this letter of credit through West Texas National Bank, who maintains most of our money.
Can we get it? We don't have any financials, we don't have any audits, so what are they gonna go on?
They're going to go off of our bank balances and stuff like that.
Are they gonna put a hold on it? And what about balances?
I have a motion from Councilman Graham, a second from Councilman Arona to approve Resolution 26-07-03R as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show the motion carries. We'll go to item F7, discuss, consider Resolution 26-07-04R, a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an engineering service agreement with Tompkins Engineering, Inc. for the Ward County Wellfield Raw Water Transmission Line Rehabilitation Project in the amount of $2,486,567, authorizing the fiscal year 25-26 budget transfer or reallocation of $1,639,662. Strategic Goal 7, enhance Pecos' infrastructure network.
Thank you, ma'am. Again, Nicole Perini, Assistant City Manager. This particular item is a follow-on to the water line grant that I brought forward to you all several months back. This is an opportunity with the Texas Water Development Board. If you all will recall, that grant required that the project itself, before being submitted for the funds, be shovel-ready. This budget transfer and this authorization allows us to proceed with that and finalize the contract and the payment for the shovel-ready design for the project. We will then ultimately be submitting that. And so that's why you're seeing the differential between the amount that we're asking for here authorized, $2.4 million. The difference between the 2.4 and the 1.6 million is the design shovel-ready services versus the construction side services. The project itself is likely going to be close to $20 million, and we've asked Chad to be here today from WTC to answer any questions that you might have about the nature of the line and the cost of that in the long run. But this particular grant and this authorization that you all gave us several months ago was really about pursuing that $20 million to secure to further secure our water future. And so we're asking you today to approve that as well as the budget transfer. I will, before y'all ask me, yes, that money is in fact available. We are transferring it from a project that did not move forward this year, and so we are transferring the money from that project into this one. And we're asking your permission to do so.
Was this project put out for bids, or is this not required to have a bid on it?
It was not required in this case, no. And this was part of, again, when we originally brought this, we asked for your authority to negotiate with WTC to produce the design to submit this grant to the project, and that was the process we needed to follow at the time.
So what happens to the current transmission lines while you're working on them? Are there going to be new lines?
This is a new line. This is a brand new raw water line and Chad, you can probably speak to this better than I can. This is a brand new line, and it should not interfere with what we're doing elsewhere.
Run it
But, sir, please go
alongside
ahead.
and do a switch, and it just runs through the new lines.
Yes, ma'am. Thank Mayor, Council, Chad Tompkins, Tompkins Engineering. Yes, ma'am. It'll most likely run right next to it. Part of what is in the design is we're going to probably have it bid a couple of ways. Because, as we learned with the line from the new well field, we made a couple of changes and it affected the price pretty drastically. So in this case, most likely, I'm going to guess, yes, it will go next to it. Now, there's a couple of other options, you know, like we might just go right in the middle of it. Now, I will say that the timing of it is most likely, hopefully, going to be such that we'll have the new well field online, as well as South Worsham. And so if we did want to do that for price benefit, then we potentially could shut down Ward County for a period of time. So I'm not saying that's what we're going to do for sure, but we're just trying to have multiple options to see what we can get the best price on.
Say, because we don't want to cut off all of our water.
No, ma'am.
And
No.
my understanding, we got the Worsham, we got the Ward fields. The Ward field water leaks more dirty.
Right.
That's when it leaks out more filtered
It
out
is
more.
right. And it's blended into the system now, and that's why you don't have to treat. Otherwise, if it was just that water, my understanding is that it would need to be treated. But blending it with South Worsham, it's okay.
Now, you do have to shut it down to get South Worsham sustain us.
It will not, but our new well field will be operational by then.
By then.
From a timing standpoint, yes, sir.
You and I talked about power for the field.
Yes, sir.
Now, so, how close are we to that?
Well, we need to.
Or when is it?
We do need to get that stuff turned in for sure soon. I mean, we've got pretty far along on drilling the wells, and like Councilman Graham asked, I will come back either next meeting or the one after that and give an update on all that stuff. But it's going along pretty good, and way ahead of schedule on most of the project. Some of it I think is just like on schedule or maybe a little ahead, but some of it's way ahead. So that project's going pretty good.
So can we, when are you going to start the Ward field?
Okay, so they'll apply. We have to apply for grant in July. If it's awarded in the fall, it would be funded. I believe that they're starting to fund in 27. I think spring. So, but it would be sometime in 27. So I'm just looking at how things are going. I'm really confident that we'll have that other well field online
If everything
prior,
goes correct.
if everything goes good. And you're right in saying that the power could potentially be the longest lead item, maybe, but hopefully we.
But could we go ahead and do all this and kind of hold off on that project until the new well field is?
Yes, ma'am.
is
Yeah,
online?
I think if you're awarded it, you just have to have it, I believe the grant said you have to have it finished by 2030 or something. It's a pretty good ways. You have plenty of time to get it done. If we needed to wait for that, it would absolutely be possible. Yes.
And the only thing I would add to that is that, we've spent a lot of time, Mr. Baca and I, with Chad and with his team. And what I think we're really starting to understand is how important it is for us, each one of these components of these broader projects that we're doing is really enhancing our overall water system, and they work in concert with each other. Another reason why it makes sense for us to engage in the way that we have and sequence that properly. There's a number of other projects going on that are not water and sewer related, but we're also trying to coordinate those so that they go in such a way that they create as little disturbance as possible. But at the end of the day, what we're really providing is that long-term stability. And so this is one facet of several. And so as Chad stated right now, and I've said many times, we want to bring back a state of the water infrastructure presentation to you. That's going to be a hefty presentation, and so we've hesitated to put it on the agenda recently, but we're excited to be able to do so maybe on the 23rd or possibly the first meeting in August so that you can get that update, particularly as we go into the budget cycle.
For me personally, I'd like to see the ordinance that was approved in April to see where we coordinated the efforts to this particular Mr. Tompkins. It's a lot of money, and I feel that we need to make sure that we are transparent with the community. I'd like to table it to review that ordinance for the next council meeting, and then we can take it up for discussion then.
Mark, was that what you were talking about? I wasn't clear on that. You said earlier, you said something about a bid process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And because I was confused, did we put it out for bid or not? So I'm like Councilman with you. I'd like to see those orders to make sure that in light of everything that's going on.
Yes, sir.
And the concerns that the community has, that we're doing things properly and transparently.
If I could just make one comment, obviously, it's obviously fine to table and do any of that, but just understand there is a pretty distinct difference between procuring professional engineering services or construction. Like when you go to procure construction work, you definitely have to bid it. And Councilman Graham is right, you have to have a bid bond, you have to have, all those things, there's rules. But also in the state law, it's written that you are not to select a professional engineering provider on price. You cannot bid the work
You
and
submit your
select.
qualifications,
That's
and a
right.
committee
Well,
provides that information to us.
it's not required to have a committee.
Okay.
It's required to hire a qualified firm.
Okay.
And if the firm is qualified, then you are able to negotiate those fees directly. And if you decide to move to a different firm, then you certainly have that opportunity.
And that is at the
But-
discretion of the council, correct? It is.
Absolutely,
Correct.
absolutely. That's right.
What I could provide you is the portions of the law that allow for what Chad is talking about right now. These are conversations we did have. I think I've absolutely been one of those champions of correct procurement. And so I do want to assure you that we validated that the process to select WTC as the engineer for this project was done per state law. And I'm happy to provide that information to you.
That's all I'm requesting. That's where I feel more comfortable with my vote moving forward, is to have that for me and something to look over, and I'd be happy to. I want to be sure. Not that I'm doubting you, that's what I need.
That's very
to move
fair.
forward.
Very fair. We can absolutely accommodate.
So I'll make a motion to table the item presented for the next city council meeting.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Trujillo, second from Councilman Arona, to table this resolution until we gather more information at the next meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Let the record show the motion carries. And we do have executive session, correct?
Yes.
So at this time, we are going to go to executive session under Government Code 551.071, consultation with attorney, 551.072, personnel matters, 551.074, real estate, and 551.087, economic development, and it is 6:45 p.m. It is 8:12 p.m. Is there anything from open session that needs to be brought to, anything from executive session that needs brought to open session?
I'd like to make a motion that we direct city staff to continue pursuing the interlocal government agreement on phase 3 only. And hopefully we'll get the other entities to buy in.
And then reach out to
the other entities.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Councilman Arona, a second from Councilman Graham, to have staff continue to work on the interlocal agreement for phase 3 of our Hidden Heroes project. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'll let the record show the motion carries. Okay, then we've got items for next city council meeting.
Staff, you know, we made a request to update on get something done on the land for the police department, and there was nothing on the agenda this time. It was supposed to be. I'm totally disappointed. I don't know if I can sleep tonight. Can y'all do that?
I guess, or we can, and I will tell you, Randy, that just something that Lisa and I just talked about yesterday has come up. I had the conversation this morning with the EDC, because whenever we find the land, the EDC is going to pay for it. And there's another location that just came open this week that we are looking at that Lisa's really favorable on, that is over off of Highway 17.
Okay, that slows us down.
No, it's not going to slow us down, because this one's actively here that we can buy. So it's not, we're not having to negotiate with anybody. It's already for sale. So we can probably speed this up.
How many acres is it?
12.9 acres.
Okay. Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
She brought it to me.
I actually called the company to inquire.
Okay. You're excited about it?
I am excited about it.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
So let's put the pedal to the metal and get this thing rolling, please. I'd like to, in lieu of everything that's been happening, I'd like to propose that we do an ordinance to do a full disclosure, or for all council and department heads, that we sign it and disclose fully anything. If you've got companies that might do a conflict of interest position.
Also, can we check on the zone change that the gentleman was talking about?
Yes, ma'am. I think I would just say that we've been in communication with that property owner, and we've given them recommendations about how to bring it forward to the P&Z first.
Okay.
And then subsequently, upon the recommendation of P&Z, we'll bring it back to council. So, yes, ma'am, is the answer.
On that disclosure, full disclosure, can we implement it with the EDC as well? Or is that not within our bounds?
I'm sorry, what was the question, sir?
We can ask, Councilman, we can ask.
And we keep saying they're a component of the city.
Yeah.
Parker or this other.
And look into it. I think that.
We can get the attorneys to draft it for all of us so that we can have it and then share it with the board.
I would like to, don't get mad at me, but some recent information that came to my attention. I really want to put F3 back on our agenda next meeting. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I really think we need to do something with that.
Or the one that, agreement with, Pecos Lake.
No. F3 is the EDC.
Well, we
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Executive direction, the city does.
Okay. And
F4 and F5 will probably be on there too. F4 and F7. Because they were paying.
And then, can we do an RFQ or RFP for forensic audit
That can be
for the
on
EDC? And that's not just financials, it's financials and contracts. As much detail as we can.
Some of the amount.
If y'all could look around to get a firm that can do that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll probably have to, I think for that, Randy, and I don't know if you agree with me, I think we're gonna have to look in some of the bigger metroplex areas to get somebody that can do a forensic audit on that. Yes, sir. We will look on that and have something for you by the next meeting.
I don't know if we had it. I thought we brought it up last time, because it's been a favorite subject of pretty much some of these council members. Fire hydrant update?
Yes, actually, so I think when we do the state of the water update, we'll do all of the projects that we have ongoing, but we're going to include where we still have some big gaps. You're going to see some improvements, and I know Mr. Baca's here, he can speak to it. There's been some improvements in terms of the fire hydrants, but we still have some big gaps in areas that we want to invest in the future. So that'll all be part of that update.
Anything else for next meeting?
Oh, if Councilman Carrasco is here, I'd like to see we can go into executive session and discuss the Open Meetings Act rules, please. I think he was not there the last meeting, and we can all benefit from going all over it again. That's that way we all understand. Oh, excuse me, Councilman Carrasco.
Which their
Sir?
their team, girls softball team won.
Oh,
they
did
did?
they?
First time.
Great, congratulations to them.
I mean, they lost their first game, the winners tonight.
Awesome, good for them. It's good news.
Anything else for our next meeting? Okay, then we adjourn, and it is 8:18 p.m.